Hey y'all, I'm back with the scrapbook and project life process video for the Hip Kit Club using the March 2017 kits. And here I have pulled a picture and I'm going to get started on my scrapbook page. So this week or this day I'm focusing on punches, and so I love to use punches. It's like one of my, they probably are my favorite tools because they just are one of those things that you can use for a very long time and you can get a lot of use out of them. And so I'm going to start by pulling my papers, and then I'm going to show you guys what punches I pull and how I use them. So right now, you guys are walking through I'm walking you guys through my entire process, selection and everything. I don't always do this. Sometimes I have an idea of what I'm going to be doing. This particular time, I really didn't have a good idea of what I was going to be doing. I just knew that I loved this ledger paper for the background. I believe that's by Crate Paper. And then I also loved a lot of the Dear Lizzie papers that we got in our paper kit and our main kit. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut a couple of those up. Now, I had this idea that I wanted to fussy cut all of these little houses, and then I was like, I'll be honest, I got super lazy and did not want to fool with that. And so I was like, why don't I just use them as a fun little background, but cut them in strips versus like just cutting a big chunk. And so I really liked the way that that turned out, and I loved that I placed my photo in the middle, which I hardly ever do. And I also loved that I cut quite a bit of the cardstock up, and I don't always do that. So right now I'm just finding some other layering pieces so that I can place them behind my photo, and then I'm going to go ahead and start adhering everything together. So the ledger paper makes it super easy to line things up straight if that's the look you're going for. And for this particular layout, I wasn't too concerned with getting the paper straight behind the photo, but I did kind of want the houses to be lined up, and I want my photo, even if my papers behind the photo are kind of tilted, and I do that on purpose sometimes, I still want the photo to be parallel with the bottom of the horizontal and vertical pieces of like the actual page. So now I'm pulling my punches, and first I'm going to start punching from this Oh My Heart paper by Paige Evans. And the first thing I'm going to do is grab my Heart punch by Martha Stewart, and it's just probably close to about an inch punch. And I'm going to punch out several of the hearts because I want to place them together so that I can sew them and so that they're dimensional. And I'll show you guys I don't show you how I sew, but you'll kind of see what I mean here in a second. Next, I'm going to pull my star punch, which I've already done. That's from Michaels. And then I have punched some flowers and some butterflies. Really, the flowers are like petals because you can place them all together. I normally layer 3, and it makes a really pretty flower like embellishment. So now I'm going to show you guys how I'm just going to put the different butterflies together, and I'm going to put about 3 or 4 in a stack. And then with the flowers, I'm not going to actually sew those. I'm just going to offset those. I'm going to put 3 in a stack, and then I am going to fluff them up a little bit, and then you'll see how I add the inside of the flower here in a second. I'm going to do the same thing with that second flower. And at this point, I don't know that I'm going to use all of these because I don't want too much of the same dimension throughout the page. So what I decided was with the stars, I was going to leave those flat, and I was going to just kind of add them as a diagonal embellishment going up the page, kind of like I would with triangles or any other geometric shape. And then I am going to go back to work on my other embellishments. So I think right here is where I realize I need to sew up those pieces, and so I am going to head to my sewing machine and get started on that. And now that I have those dimensional pieces sewn together, like I said, I placed about 3 or 4 of the pieces together, and I have done something similar before in an embellishment video. But it's so easy, and they really turned out super cute. So I think at this point I was deciding that I needed to probably go ahead and embellish with the other things from the kit before I added those last minute embellishments. And so what I'm doing is I've grabbed the sticker sheet from the Shamel Lane Little by Little collection, and I added a couple stickers there. And then I added a little tag peeking from behind the photo, and then some other little pieces from Oh My Heart and also from Dear Lizzie. The little bike is from Dear Lizzie, and the floral piece, and then the cell phone that says oh, what does it say? Oh, love that smile or that smile or something like that. And so I added that right next to the photo of my daughter. And then now I'm just kind of looking to see if there's anything else I want to add. I really loved this piece that said live today. And I loved that I didn't really follow, I guess, quote unquote, the rules on like putting embellishments together and that kind of thing. I just kind of like just did what I wanted. And I do that a lot. But sometimes I do try to, you know, help the eye move across the page and all that kind of stuff. But I liked that the houses, the strips of houses, kind of gave an anchor for placing embellishments all over the page and having fun with that. So my video got cut off. I'm really sorry, but all I did was add those dimensional embellishments, and you guys are going to see some pretty slow still shots here at the end. Now I'm moving on to my Project Life spread, and I'm starting by choosing the cards that I want to use and placing the photos right on top. And you'll see the kind of aftermath of my scrapbooking process video over to the, or scrapbooking process over to the left, and that's typically what my desk looks like right after I'm done creating something. So I'm just pulling some pattern papers or some papers that are from the cardstock kit to cut up just to see if, or just to add something. I think I chose a few of the exclusive cards, but I decided to also choose some pattern papers. So I think at that point I was going to use that card that had like Monday through Sunday written, or the letter written down, and you could place like some journaling in there. But I honestly wasn't really sure what to write on each day because I don't keep up with days like that. I don't take a photo every single day, and I also don't journal about something that happens every single day. And so I was kind of afraid to do that, especially because this was back in September, I think. So I wanted to kind of stay away from using that card for this particular week, but there are other weeks where I have like taken a photo every day. Like in November, I did a Thankful 30 thing on my Instagram page where I took a photo every day of something that I was thankful for, and I feel like that would be perfect. That card would be perfect for that particular spread, or like December daily or something. So I have added a couple of embellishments. I added one punched heart, and I will add a few more things here in a little bit. I'm adding some Oh My Heart pieces from the ephemera pack, and then also I've added a sticker from the Pink Fresh Studio Live More collection, and now I'm adding these crepe paper thickers for my title. And I added a little puffy sticker from that same Pink Fresh Studio collection, but I actually removed that here in a second because I decided I want to add something else on the left side of that photo. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did on my layout and just offset those petals of those flowers and fluff them up a bit and add an enamel dot in the middle. So that's one thing I didn't mention in my project or in my scrapbooking process video, is that I added an enamel dot, and those are exclusive to the Hip Kit Club. And like I've said before, I love those colors. But anyway, I added one of the enamel dots in the center of the flower just to kind of give it that final complete look. And now I'm adding some journaling to this little ephemera piece from the Oh My Heart collection, and that's called, where it says Heck Yes on the card. And then I ended up covering up just that entire card and making it just more of a white card. Now I'm going to punch out some clouds, and I haven't used my cloud punch in this video at all, and so I decided to go ahead and use it for this spread, and that's one of my favorite punches that I own. And then I just added it as a little embellishment to that card on the right hand side there in the middle. And then I decided I wanted a little something peeking out from underneath the journaling there, so I just simply added a feather from the Little by Little collection. And now I was like, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with this card in the middle. And so with that heart being in the center, I didn't want to completely cover it up. But I also didn't want to just leave that as is. And so I decided to add life. But then I thought, well, I'll add this on top of it. But I didn't really care for the way that looked. And so I thought adding just a little phrase sticker worked perfectly. Added a couple enamel dots to that card on the right, And then now I'm trying to figure out what else I want to add. And this is where I think I realize I want to add a little something else to the bottom of that, or on top of the journaling, or right next to the journaling. I think I pull a little bird, which is totally random, but I loved that little bird and I thought it was cute. So there I took that puffy sticker off and I added the Dear Lizzie hot air balloon, and then there is my little bird, and I stapled that to that card. And now I'm just adding one more little rubber shape from the Pink Fresh Studio collection, and I think I'm going to pretty much call it done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this process. Let me know if you have any questions. And there are my final embellishments. They're added to the page. I did add a little foam dot on the bottom of those so they could be extra dimensional, and I really love the way those turned out. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and let me know if you have any questions. What, baby? Okay, thanks.